And now, the edge of the cliff. A man, a woman, a lonely coastline, a rock face dropping sheer to the boiling sea hundreds of feet below.
Come back, please, John. Please, I'm frightened.
Well, don't worry. I wasn't thinking of going over. Though it would solve a lot of problems, wouldn't it?
Oh, John, don't.
I haven't exactly been the best husband in the world, have I, Beth? I've been a failure, and I think you have. You won't ever be a wife in the fullest sense of the word, Beth. Not to me, nor to anyone else.
You want to call it off? Is that why you brought me out here?
Well, I think it's the only way.
Well, I agree with the fact that you haven't been much of a husband, John. After all, it's not easy to live with the fact that your husband enjoys the company of other women, prefers their company.
I know I've been idiotic in lots of ways, Beth. But at least I realize it now.
When it's too late.
Isn't that when we usually wake up?
I suppose so. John, just how have I failed as a wife?
I know it sounds trite and a cliché, but you see, you didn't get married for love, now did you?
I thought so at the time.
No, Beth. You married for security, a home, comfort, but not for love.
I gave something in return for all those things.
Did you? What? You're hopeless in the house. You can't even prepare a meal without reaching for the tin opener.
Oh, don't be so old-fashioned, darling. Next you'll be suggesting that I take up needlework. Well, after all, what are servants for, John?
Exactly, servants. Just as long as there are men stupid enough to pay for them, there's no need for a woman to bother making a home at all.
Oh, please, John, I don't want a sermon.
Well, it's hardly fair, is it? Now, look, supposing I was sick, Beth. Supposing you had to do things for me.
I don't think there's much likelihood of that happening. You don't want to go on, do you? You don't love me anymore.
I think we ought to pack it in. Finish.
Very well.
Sounds so simple, doesn't it? When you say it like this. Just a simple matter of starting again.
It's going to rain.
Yes.
John, I'll miss you. Terribly.
Me too. But what's the use, Beth? I want a wife, not an ornament.
It's just as well to finish now before we... Oh, it would probably have been stupid to go on. But...
Yes, but what?
I could change, couldn't I?
No, not with me, Beth.
I see.
That's why I brought you out here. It wasn't love between us, Beth. So let's be sensible enough to turn back now. Turn back before we go over the edge.
When did you know?
Well, I think I've known all along. I've seen what this has done to Tom.
And Mary.
Yes. She's a fine woman, Beth. If she'll take me back, I'm going to her.
You haven't been much of a husband to her, John. I haven't been much of a wife to Tom.
Don't let's see each other again, Beth.
No, John. Just in case we're tempted to wander again towards the edge of the cliff.